Hi, Prema Gurreri, Vedic astrologer, success mentor, and I want to give you an energy update. We have a full moon today. I hope you had an opportunity to see it last night, this morning. You'll have another opportunity tonight. I know I watched it set over the Olympic Mountains from the view of my home just south of the city of Seattle, and it was spectacular. And one of the things about this full moon in particular is that it is in a particular place in Vedic astrology in Gemini, where it's really animating, opening your beliefs, your creativity through thought and perception, and really asking you to take your knowledge, to take your beliefs, to take your perception and use it well and use it creatively. At the same time, we've got a couple of aspects that are going on right now that are a little more on the intense side. So if you're feeling a little heavy, as I was talking with some of my clients earlier today, and a couple of them were mentioning that, feeling that heaviness or an intensity, we've got Mars and we've got Venus, we've got aligned with the south node of the moon, aligned with the part of the eclipse pattern over in Aquarius, and there's some intensity there. We've got Mars, Saturn, and I don't want to belabor all the planetary technicalities, but here's the energy so that you can use it. Okay, what if you took what you believe to be true and not just kept it in your mind, but really moved it down through your heart and through your body, through your mission here on the planet at a whole nother level? I know that some of you are pretty frustrated with what you're seeing collectively here in North America go on as far as leadership goes, and this is a call for all of us to step out with our gifts even more than ever. And I am so passionate about empowering you to really tap into your divine gifts, and that's why I developed my wealth code system, a way for you to interpret some of the amazing gifts that are articulated through Vedic astrology so you can use them. So for instance, right now with Gemini and Mercury's direct now, not retrograde anymore, that great communicator, that merchant in us, that also the archetype of the seer, instead of staying up in the head, we want to integrate that down into your heart and move that forward through inspired action. So how can you go ahead and take what you know to be true, something you're really taking a stand for, and move it creatively through your being to serve the planet right now, to serve each other? And you start with that by serving yourself. So if you're living, the more you're in alignment, the more you're raising your own alignment and getting your own frequency aligned with the truth of your being, what you believe to really be true, and your highest and your most positive thoughts. What a contribution that you're making. I want you to think about what's one of your gifts that you're kind of sitting on right now, or maybe you're giving it, and you know what? There's always more to give, that you could give more fully. So maybe that's your creative energy. Maybe you have the ability of deep insight and using your intuition. Maybe you're somebody who just can really land the words and communication somebody else might need to move their mission forward. Maybe you're so creative and also practical and logistical around marketing right now. What's your thing? What's your gift? I have lots of ways for you to connect in with that, but I know right now you could think of one gift that you have, and instead of just thinking about it from here up, bring it down and integrate down through your heart and then down through inspired action. My favorite way to access inspired action is asking yourself, what's one inspired action I can take today? One inspired action I can take today to move my mission forward. And right now I want you to ask to be able to really be in and give the gift that I've come to give, or one of the gifts, because you have many that you've come to give, more fully, and especially from those things you're keeping in your mind. Now, the other thing is, if you're feeling the heaviness, intensity, what I want you to do first of all is do your best to not be reactive, okay? And don't put yourself in situations where you're going to be overreactive, because that energy is up a little bit right now. And that's not going to do you any good, and not going to do anybody else any good. Instead, I want you to always ask yourself, when you're feeling heavy, when you're feeling disconnected, when you're feeling less than you want to be, what could I surrender? What am I hanging on to right now? What could I surrender? Because you're probably in the shadow of your gifts instead of being in the light of your gifts. And there's a lot of things that can pull us into the shadow. The media can pull us into our shadow. Our old belief systems can pull us into our shadow without us even knowing it. Our programming that we didn't even know we signed up for. Lots of things. Somebody else's opinion, your questioning of your own personal value and whether you're enough can pull you into the shadow. So if you're feeling any darkness, any heaviness, things aren't moving the way you want to, just take a breath, take a moment, and ask, what could I surrender? What am I hanging on too tightly to right now? What am I telling myself? And what's not working, whether it's the relationship that's not working, whether it is a way you're doing something, a belief system, things, material things, be willing to let go. When you let go, you are stepping in the realm of spiritual wealth, the world of spiritual wealth, which is really about relinquishment, letting go, because you can't take it with you. But when you let go of what you're hanging onto, you realize, wow, how free you actually are, and that freedom allows you to stand deeper into your gifts. So that communicator in you, that merchant in you, that seer in you, that mental type energy in you, take it out of your head, bring it down through your heart so that you're connected really to the truth of it for you and where your gifts are in that, and then move it forward by giving in some way. That's one of the ways right now we can all serve each other. All right, so much love to all of you. Blessings. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye-bye.